All right, good afternoon. We are out here in the greenhouse on January the 6th, and greetings from South Georgia, USA, on this beautiful afternoon, almost dark, of January the 6th, 2025. We're expecting cold weather tonight, and even colder weather the next night for down here in the mid-20s, possibly not tonight. It's going to be about 29 tonight, I think, and it might be 32 in here in the greenhouse. If we leave these heaters going, which we might, it may be a little warmer. The title of this is Free Figs. How to get free figs. Now, I will think about the saying, there is no free lunch. So that's a little bit deceptive, that we're going to get a free fig. But I'm going to show you how to get a fig greatly reduced in price. It's not totally free because you're going to have to work a little bit. You're going to have to do something, okay? All right, look here. I got this. I went yesterday to Lowe's. It was a Sunday. And I noticed that they had put some fruit trees out. So I rushed over there. And look at this. A Celeste fig, which is a good kind of fig to grow in our area. And the price was $32.98. Now, I'm going to give you a reference. I'm going to walk over here. I bought this fig tree here from Just Fruits and Exotics, and it is a Celeste also. It's called an improved Celeste. I don't know if it's exactly the same or not. I uppotted this, but this cost me $100. The fig itself was $32 like at Lowe's, but by the time they shipped it to me, it ended up being $100, which I was willing to pay because I know how to get free figs, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So I saw these guys here, and I bought one. And then when I got to thinking about it, I said, I better get the rest of them. And they had 4, and I bought all of them. Going to show you how to get a free fig, more than one. This Celeste, now it's January the 6th. Now it's high time to be grabbing these things up as they come in. Check at Lowe's. Now you might wait 5 years to get an apple if you get an apple tree. I'll get figs on this next summer, probably. All right, I used to not do this, but I've gotten to where I have got me a jar of alcohol, and I put my clippers in there and soak them in my jar of alcohol. It's a nice thing to have in your greenhouse, is a jar of alcohol. I got something on my hands the other day, and I used that to wipe my hands off with. All right, now I've got my clippers, alcohol, $32.98. Okay, may as well say 33. May as well say 34 by the time you pay taxes. $33 to $34. $34. Figs mostly produce fruit on the new growth that comes on in the spring and in the summer. So we're looking at new growth from last year. See right there. There might be a few figs on this if I leave it like it is, but my understanding is that they need to be pruned. So everywhere, let's get something going here. I can tell you right there, that limb doesn't need to be there because that's right through the middle of the plant. We're going to cut that off right there. I can make a cutting out of this. I can make 2 out of this. There's 2 nodes. There's 2 nodes right there. There's one fig tree right there. There's 2 fig trees right there. Gonna go ahead and get this one too. There's 3 and 4. There's 4 fig trees right there. Let's turn this around and look at it a little bit. Now we know we don't need all of those branches. See, when this thing here is pruned and planted in the ground or in the pot in the spring, new growth is going to come out. Now we want the new growth. See, that's all crossed up right there. We don't want one down that low. I'm pretty sure we don't want one way down there. Okay? So I'm cutting them at a diagonal on the bottom so I'll know where they are. The nodes on this are pretty far apart. There's 5. Give this a diagonal. They say give it a diagonal for 2 reasons. This goes in the ground. That exposes more cambium layer, and it also shows you which way is down and which way is up. Not that you can't figure it out. We got node, 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 node. I'm going to cut this one right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Look at that baby coming way out there. Do I want that? All that's going to be is just a limb with leaves and no fruit on it, probably. So I'm going to leave this node right here. It's pointed out this way. We're going to leave that one. We're going to give that a diagonal. We're going to look at it. There's a node. 1, 2, 3. All right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nine, 10, All right, we're going to get back to you in just a minute. Okay, I have finished. Now this is what I've got left right here. Now this is plenty. Each one of these now will put out new growth in the spring, and that new growth I will begin to sculpt and make the tree how I want it. So I went for, you saw that big old tree there, but look what I've got here. I've got 19 pieces. Conservatively, some of these will make 2 cuttings. 19. So I've taken this $30 tree, $34 tree now, and theoretically, I can produce 20 trees from it by the rooting method. And I want to show you this. It just so happens that these grow pots, they are 5 inches tall, which are plenty tall, and we've got 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 3 is 18. I've got enough cuttings off of that one tree there to make 18 Celeste cuttings off of that one tree. Now I just stuck it in there for purposes of showing you. I will do more than that to it. I've got to put rooting hormone. I've got to put parafilm on it and like that. But that right there is, I'm going to wash this one off. That right there is how you can get free fig trees. I wouldn't say free. I'd say even better than free. Because not only are you're going to make money by doing that. And you can take these trees. I don't guess every one of them's going to root, but there'd be no reason that they wouldn't. You know, we've got trees. I'll show you over here. It's about to get dark, but I'm going to show you these over here that I rooted. This is the dwarf ever-bearing mulberry. I paid $100 for that tree too, and have it shipped here from Just Fruits and Exotics. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 8 cuttings already started off of that tree. Potentially each one of those will be worth $30. All right, get the idea? Learn how to root trees. Now, you don't have to have a big old greenhouse and all that kind of stuff. You can do it in your house, in a space in your kitchen, something like that. Start watching videos on it, but I will tell you this. There are a whole bunch of ways to root plants. The original way is they just took a cutting from a tree and they stuck it in the ground under the mother tree. And the mother tree gave it shade, which it needed, and it would take root. But these days, you know, you're going to put them in these grow pots and different things like that. But if you look at some of the videos from the Korean gardeners over there, they're rooting successfully in plastic pots, and they will dig a shovel full of soil, it looks like, from their yard and stick it in there, and it takes root. So what I'm telling you is there are so many different ways to root plants. They have the fig pop method, they have the grow bag method, all kinds of ways. But you know, basically I think the simplest thing to do is something like this right here. Now that's not dirt from my yard. Now that's what they call Pro Mix. You buy a great big bale of it for $100, and it's fairly expensive, but I bet you that's not $2 worth in that whole thing right there. So when you average it out over what you're getting for it, it's not that expensive. It's sterile, and it's you can also do it in, come back here and let me show you this. You can also do it in, don't trip on that, Debbie. Look what I've got here. I bought this at Lowe's yesterday. Stay Green potting mix plus fertilizer. $13 a bag. And I mean, it was a big bag. I could barely pick it up. That's 2 bags right there. That's $26 worth. You can root in that all day long. You don't even have to have the expensive stuff. You can take this right here, mix it with a little perlite. All right, let's go back over here. Show them the other 3 figs while we go by here. And while you're at it, show them the green onions there. Let me turn the light on in here, Debbie. Just a minute and I'll be back. Let me turn on the lights here. All right, I turned on the overhead lights. All right, come back up here. Here's my other trash can. I keep them in trash can because it's very difficult to keep them in bags and all. This is the Pro Mix right here. And I just keep it in there, and I keep the trash cans up on some treated wood so they won't rot out. And this right here is my box. You buy this stuff bulk. That's the perlite right there. Now, you don't have to mix perlite with this Pro Mix. The Pro Mix has got its own, it's already ready. But if you want to buy some of that garden soil, that potting soil for $13 a bag, and then mix some perlite in it, you can get this in big bags. And then there's one other product that you can get and you can make your own. And that is sphagnum, Canadian sphagnum peat moss. I bought that at Tractor Supply. And that's what that looks like. It's peat moss. It's rotted plant material, thousands of years old. You can take equal parts of this, the potting mix, and the perlite, and mix your own and have an excellent medium. You can actually root cuttings in nothing but the perlite. You can root cuttings in nothing but this peat moss. And you can root cuttings in plain dirt. And you can root cuttings in plain water. I am going to try this season to recommend the most easy and successful way. Each method has its pros and cons. And I'm going to try to show you that. I'm learning myself, but many of the videos that I see on there, the best way to root, 3 years ago somebody, and then the next year they got another best way to root. These things, a plant is doing its very best to live whenever a branch breaks off and hits the ground. I don't have the answer to the best way. I've watched about as many videos about it as anybody has, and I have successfully rooted plants for, 20 years, just basically putting them in soil like that. You got a temperature thing you have to deal with. They like to be around 65 to 75 degrees for optimum. Doesn't have to be that. They like to be moist but not sopping and not dry. You have to take that into consideration and kind of keep on top of it. All right, that's how to get free fig trees at Lowe's. Go down there to your Lowe's or your Home Depot now when they first start getting these things in and look at them. Mulberry trees and fig trees are the easy ones to root. Fig trees, to me, have the superior fruit. I grew up eating figs and they're really wonderful. You can eat the leaves of the figs too. You can take fig leaves and wrap it. You know what do they call those wraps that you put cabbage leaves around it? Can you remember, Debbie? Where they mix hamburger and rice together and put it in a cabbage leaf and roll it up and stick a toothpick through it. Well, you can use a fig leaf the same way to do that. You can make tea out of fig leaves, and you can certainly make tea out of mulberry leaves. It's very good. We've tried that. All right, that is I'm going to take these in, put these in a baggie, label them, and put them in the refrigerator. And in a few days, I will stick these in these pots, and I will try to make figs out of these and see if I can't, see if I can document it, just how many take. But you can't go by me now because I'm not necessarily an expert on this, but they'll try their best to make roots and leaves if you give them half a chance. All right, thank you for watching, and keep up with the channel, and I'll try to keep you informed on how this works. Thank you for watching.